Hey everyone, what's going on? Adil here, back again for another video. I've been up for a while now and I thought, you know what, it's time to make a comeback and do another video. So here I am today reviewing the TT eSports by Thermaltake Nemesis Switch gaming mouse. A mouthful there. Let's go ahead and check out what this bad boy is really about. So let's start off with the packaging of the product. A nice design of the box layout where you have a slight door kind of style and you open that and you can see the mouse and all that kind of stuff. And inside you have your Nemesis Switch gaming mouse, your user manual, your warranty policy and some TT eSports stickers. So with the design, we can all see this mouse is pretty unique with the 16 programmable buttons and patented button layout. I'll get into the button layouts and all the customizable buttons a little later on in the video, but for now we'll just go over some of the key features that we have for this mouse. And of course this has RGB. Everything has to be RGB enabled in 2018. If you don't have RGB, then you're pretty far behind, like you're coming from 2012, which kind of puts you at the lower end of the market if you don't have RGB. So going forward, everything needs to be RGB, so well done TT eSports for at least providing a beautiful RGB experience to all those of us who love RGB and all that kind of stuff. And if you don't, then you know, you can just turn it off. Now the light system can be controlled with the TT eSports command center. Is that what they call it? The command center. The command center. I like that. So all that can be controlled with the command center, and you can change the layout of the lights and all that kind of stuff. Again, I'll go over the lighting, what kind of lighting styles you can switch and all the different kind of experiences you can have with the RGB a little later in the video. But for now, let's move on to the lightweight design of the mouse. It's very lightweight and makes it very comfortable at the same time. Depending on what kind of gripper you are, so if you're a palm gripper or a claw gripper, you can pretty much get away with using the mouse. This is more kind of aimed towards palm grippers. In my experience, I'm a palm gripper / claw gripper. It depends what mood I'm in, what I'm playing, what I'm editing. I'll be gripping the mouse differently. Sometimes I'll be a finger gripper. But again, whatever kind of gripper you are, this mouse will do the job. For finger gripper, it's not the best, but for palm and claw grippers, I think you'll have a pleasant experience using this mouse. And yeah, so pretty dang good. Now let's move on to all the nitty-gritty stuff which we, were waiting for. Oh, I forgot to mention, this comes with a braided cable. Excellent. So let's start off with the customizable buttons. You have 4 buttons at the top, your left and your right click mouse buttons, your scroll wheel, which has a very nice rubberized kind of grip to it. It's a thin mouse scroll, but it's a rubberized scroll, so it doesn't, it doesn't slip out your hand. You have a nice grip when you're scrolling that wheel up or down. And then you have your mouse profile button. You can, it's default set to the profile change, so you can set different profiles and just switch it between different profiles using that profile button. Now the RGB functions, well, there's no point me explaining what the RGB functions are and how you can change them. I'll just give you a quick demonstration of what you can do with the command center program and how you can change these RGBs, because I love RGB, like you probably can see behind. I just love RGB. Now it's all great and good, and all that part is fantastic if you have a very awesome looking mouse, RGB lighting and 16 switches and RGB and all that kind of stuff. But how well does it perform? How well can you use it? Well, it's time to find out. I've been using this mouse for 2 months from TT eSports. I've had this for about 6 to 8 weeks, and I've used it as a daily driver. I've used this for editing, for gaming, and just for general browsing. And I'll be honest, my honest opinion about this mouse, it's not too bad. For gaming, it's fantastic. MMOs, brilliant. FPS shooting games, fantastic. Now I've been using this mouse with the TT eSports Dasher mouse mat, the larger version, and which is pretty damn smooth. So for FPS games, you're just gliding across and you have no problem whatsoever, you know, getting from one target to another. Now for editing, I don't think this Dasher the dasher mouse mat is suited well enough because it's very smooth. So if you want to do very micro adjustments, your mouse is going to slip on there and it's not going to be the best experience. However, if you change your mouse mat, and I've tried that, and you do get a better experience, but again, this mouse is not made for productivity. It's more aimed towards gaming kind, you know. So if you're thinking of buying this mouse and doing productivity at the same time, you can do it. It's no option that you can't do it, but it's not going to be the best experience. I've suffered a few times from this where the mouse just jitters around for some reason, but hey, I don't think that's something to do with the mouse. It might be the mouse mat that's very slippy and it's just making some very minor slips and it's just moving the mouse. But overall, a good experience in gaming. So excellent for gaming, not so excellent for productivity. Now, what I really love about this mouse is the patented button layout. There's 16 button switches that you have, 12 buttons on the side, which you can customize to any way you like. There's a little key clip at the bottom which you just pull out the mouse at the bottom, and then you can just fire away any style you like of this mouse. So you can change this from 12 switches to like 4 in a row or 3, or you know, you just lay them out and organize this to the way your game style would be. So you can just keep different buttons for different actions in your MMO game. Even in FPS games, you know, you can throw a grenade or do what you like, but those are very handy and a very unique design. The thumb rest, however, is a little plasticky and it just sticks out a little too much in my opinion, and it just makes it feel like it's just been slobbed on at the end. But overall, a very nice experience using this mouse for gaming, and kind of productivity and general browsing is not too bad. Productivity, maybe not so good, but you know, I've already said that once, no need to say it again. Now, I don't understand the concept of the pricing. For US, it's fantastic. You got US dollars 50, so a $50 gaming mouse with the Omron switches, RGB mouse, RGB, patented button layout, the gaming experience, all that kind of stuff for $50. For $50 is fantastic. But why on earth is this £60 in the UK? I don't get it. I think it should be around £40 in the UK, and I've checked on Amazon, it's around £58 in the UK. Life sucks sometimes, and well, if you're looking to buy a £60 gaming mouse, then this gaming mouse will have some really tough competition out there with the Razers and the Corsair and even the Aorus. This is going to have a tough time, but I do recommend this mouse for gaming. And if you're into MMO games and all the FPS kind of games, then do pay attention to this, and you know, do some research before you get a mouse, because this could be a option. So yeah, definitely check this one out. Now, there are some things I think can be improved in this mouse. The braided cable quality isn't on the high side. After 2 months of use, I think it's starting to fray a little, which is slightly annoying. So probably the quality of the braided cable can be improved. I would love to see this mouse wireless. If this probably mouse goes wireless, I would give this one of the best gaming mice out there, especially with all the features in there, and making this wireless just fantastic. Well, that's my review and analysis on the TT eSports gaming mouse. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are, and if you guys think this is a worthy opponent for around £50 or £60 here in the UK and $50 in the US as a gaming mouse with the Corsair and the Razers and all that kind of stuff. In my opinion, I think it is a jolly good mouse. Out of 10, I would give this mouse around a 7.5, which means this mouse is worth a consideration and taking a look into if you're into gaming mice around that price point. And yeah, thank you for TT eSports providing this mouse for a review, and hope you guys have enjoyed this video. And if you did, then of course be sure to leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel, as things are going to change drastically, of course for the better, and you guys are going to get some awesome responses from myself. Well, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Be safe, stay smart, be safe, keep smiling, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace. Whew. That's done. Boom. What are you looking at?